And good evening, lovely people. It's Tal here over at the Gamers Rest with another episode in our Let's Play series. And today we're heading back into the world of Pathfinder King Maker. So don't forget you can like and subscribe. You can follow me across the social medias under the Gamers Rest. And you can check out my Ko-fi, which is Tal Woodblaze, where you can see some of the work I do as a designer of tabletop role-playing games. Right, let's get stuck in then. So
I'm there.
Last time, we pretty much kicked ass. Well, I mean, in a kind of we sort of did way, but I think it went rather well. Show me your wares. Did I not have some stuff I needed to get rid of? I can't remember if I did or not. Or was it all just wait and see? I think it might have all been wait and see. Yeah, okay. Cool. Right. Yes, so we defeated the Stag Lord, which is amazing. So we're going to go back to Restrov and see what happens next. Fog seems to be thinning, but we should wait until it burns off completely. In the meantime, I'll gather some supplies we don't need to make sure you can enjoy your trip back to Restrov. Okay. Wow. This is it then. I think we've hit the deadline. I think
we should move.
I think we've done a fabulous job. Well, except Tartuccio is still alive. To my...
Good work. Nice to see I haven't lost my intuition for people.
Mm-hmm.
Not many would have managed to set out to the stolen lands and return with the Stag Lord's head. But I knew you could handle it.
Certainly can.
Congratulations are in order. Today, you'll receive the title of Baroness
Yes!
before the High Society of Rostov. And even Natala Sertova personally. God's bless her. Tomorrow, you'll be able to return to the stolen lands if you wish. But this time, as a ruler.
Yeah, now we're talking.
The state can wait. For now, enjoy this feast in your honor.
Okay.
All the city leaders are here. It's a great opportunity to make some useful connections.
Sounds good.
Speaking of connections, let me introduce you to Kasil Eldori. He's my adopted son and apprentice. He's a trustworthy man. I'd like to send him with you as an envoy.
I don't see why not. A young half-orc with impeccable poise performs a textbook perfect bow. Do you already know about my encounter with Tartuccio?
Of course. Keston gave me a full report. You dealt with the scoundrel perfectly. It would be naive to think that none of your neighbors will try to stick their hands in your affairs. Especially that sly fox Iravetti.
Yeah, of course. Right, I'm going to speak with the guests.
Enjoy your evening. When you're ready for the official part, come to me.
Okay. Let's go mingle. Okay, start here. A handsome, well-dressed young man of about 17-year-old looks at you with a polite smile. So you're the famous slayer of the Stag Lord gang, soon to be Baroness. Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Lander. Just Lander, no last name, no title? Well, let's just say I'm here incognito. Under my circumstances, it's wise to keep one's lineage to oneself. Truth be told, that's precisely what I want to speak with you about. You see, I'm heir to one of Brother's noble houses. I won't say which, but believe me, a newly appointed baroness with no connections would do well to have me a friend like me. I travel the country in secret without servants, so I can see it for myself, not from a carriage window, but face to face with the people. My family would never approve, of course, but then I never asked. I need to know Berevov. I'm going to rule part of it someday. Okay. I know Jamandil wants to impose her steps on you as way of an emissary of Berov. Refuse. Take me instead. Don't look at my age. While I may have trained the half-orc to swing a sword, I've been trained to rule since I was a child. I'll be of far greater use to you both now and in the future after I have a firm position in my family. Tell me what you want from me. No. Okay. I'll consider your proposal. Yes, do so and carefully. I mean...
I'll do what I must.
I'll be honest. Just some vague assurances that you're noble.
I'll take care of it.
Tristan... Oh, hello. Who's this? Ah, is this the tiefling? Yes. You see Cassisi approaching the tiefling you met during the battle at Jemanda Aldori's mansion. As George nears, she's placed one of the cups of wine she's holding in your hand. Will you drink with me? Do you want to get right to business?
I'd say you like to walk a straight road and keep away from roundabouts.
True story.
But jokes aside, I came to apologize. I know the words I said in our conversation with Lady Aldery might have offended you, but this was not my intention. The lessons life has dealt me were not easy. I've learned to be wary of new acquaintances, which is why I've refused to join your party. I hope you will forgive me for this weakness and for my harsh words. And I hope you will hear me out, for I have something to tell you.
Don't need to apologise. Not everyone's going to like you straight away.
Amusing. Usually those who don't seek affection are the very ones who receive it. Anyway, enough sweet talk. There is something important I wanted to tell you.
Okay. Tell away.
I came across some very valuable information. What brave conqueror of these wild lands wouldn't be intrigued by news of an ancient shrine?
Ooh.
Possibly full of great treasures. A place such as this was discovered by my old friends from Kadira. And it just so happens to be located in lands that today become rightfully yours. My friends lack the courage to enter the shrine and seek the treasure, but what will stop us? We who know the taste of battle and have been singed by the same fire.
What could be better than... now you see... I think I need to think about it.
Your caution is reasonable. Well, I'm going to visit the capital of your newborn barony anyway. I might rent a house.
Yes.
Find me there if you decide you're interested in my offer.
I will. I mean, I'm going to go treasure hunting, but I didn't want it to be like straight away.
I'm so today because soon enough, all you'll be hearing is Your Grace,
Yeah.
Your Grace, Your Grace.
I know. Saluting you with the cup, she steps back and disappears. Okay, I think that's fine. Guest. Guest. Valerie. Guest.
I'm off.
These are all guests. Harem. Who else? Guard. Yep. Aha. The man is obviously more comfortable on the battlefield than the company nobles. He's well built, but the expensive waistcoat he's wearing doesn't quite fit properly as though it was borrowed. He has a few pale scars across his face, and his dark hair is drawn into an unkempt ponytail with a few streaks of grey running through it. He greets you with a broad smile and a firm handshake. Let me introduce myself. I am Megavan, the new ruler of Dunsward. Your neighbours to the east. Like you, I'm about to be a baron. Great job with the stag lord, by the way. Not everyone could exterminate a whole gang of bandits with such a small team. How did you earn the title of baron? Truth be told, my team and I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Jemanda Aldori needed someone reliable to take and hold the territory. I'm the captain of a mercenary team, if that wasn't clear. Varling Host. Have you heard of us? No, no matter. We've done work for Jomanda before. This time the task was simple. We just walked into the area, cleared it of the most brazen monsters and built a small fort to hold the place. And for that, a barony and land to own. It was a dream job. How do you feel about being a noble? Looking at his rich clothes, Varn smiles. Like a pheasant on a plate, I've killed all kind of monsters, but this is the first time I strongly felt like turning away could get me eaten. Nice to meet you. Once settled, come pay us a visit.
In due time.
I will. Okay. Aha. Natalia Sutoval is discussing something with an unfamiliar old lady in a low voice. Upon noticing, she breaks into a sugary sweet smile. You are not only tough but quick. Well, congratulations on your victory. Enjoy it whilst you can. What do you think awaits me? Nothing good, I fear. The Aldori, our dearest friend, didn't deem it necessary to inform you of their plans, I assume. You see, they're preparing to separate from Breviary. It will not be a peaceful process. They lack the strength currently, hence using this legal loophole to create some independent allies. Once civil war breaks out, your lands will be the first to endure a strike from Breviary's forces. Perhaps they'll erect a memorial stone in independent Restrov to honour you. Well, I wouldn't count on even that, really. What do you propose? In your situation, the most reasonable course of action would be to align yourself with the lawful rulers of Breviary, the noble houses. The Aldor wouldn't dare to rail well, knowing that they will immediately become entrapped. You could help Brevov avoid a civil war while simultaneously enjoying some well-deserved peace in your lands. I believe Jomanda has already attempted to impose a guard on you as an emissary. I'm guessing a low-born stepson, the green-skinned boy. It's up to you, of course, but I would recommend a different envoy. Please meet Shanda Marev, an experienced diplomat who's more familiar with the Brevos politics than any brawler could be. Okay. The old woman standing next to Tara gives you a slight bow. I would be happy to establish diplomatic relations with Brevrov. I'll consider your proposal. Don't make any hasty decisions.
Follow if you dare.
Interesting.
I'm there.
A handsome man with a wealthy, beaten face grasps your hand, tightening his rough, calloused palms. Unlike the rest of the guests in their festive clothes, he wears a simple robe. The only luxury you see on him is a holy symbol of Erstil made of solid gold. The other guests look at him with respect, some bordering on awe. Congratulations on your victory, he says in a deep voice. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Ezvankit Keeg, High Priest of Estril in Restrov. Diplomacy. Let's give it a go. Oh, nice. It's truly a noble undertaking. I believe our community will be able to provide you with a reasonable assistance. We will help you construct a shrine in your capital free of charge. Nice. You dress surprisingly simple for such a festive occasion. The corner of the priest's mouth turn up in a faint smile. The nobles dress in silks and satins to stand out from the poor. A priest wears a simple robe to stand out from the nobles. Good point. Nice to meet you.
I do what I must.
Hans Drivel. This man's gorgeous clothes hide rippling muscles beneath them. He looks past your ear, obviously bored. Baron Hannes Drell, he says offhandedly, emphasizing the word Baron, and you must be the Stag Lord Butcher. I'm sorry, I quite forgot your name. But you took out the Stag Lord and his gang, and so Sword Lord Jomandi is granting you permission to take his place, right? Well, congratulations. My lands lie west of yours. I suppose we're neighbours now. What did you do to deserve your dominion? A smirk appears on his face. I don't need to deserve or prove anything. Countless generations of my glorious ancestors have done so for me. If I had a slightly bigger army, Sword Lord Jomand would simply have given all of the stolen lands to me. Alas, I don't have so many soldiers at my disposal, so she had to urgently make barons. The likes of you and Varn. Let's not make enemies at the current time. I don't think there's anyone else to kind of
In due time.
talk to, is there? That's the problem. I've got 3 choices for emissary.
I'm there.
But the question is, which one do I pick? An elder man with full sideburn looks at you with interest through golden eyeglasses. Well now, if it isn't here the festivities, the protege of our dear Jamandi. You pulled this off quite cleverly, I confess. I wasn't convinced your enterprise would succeed. I even bet the bottle of my best Pitaxian wine against you, but I'm happy to admit I was wrong. The Aldori have always been adept at finding new talent. I don't believe we've been introduced. So it would seem, I am Joseph Selimius, Lord Mayor of Resrov. I rule this town and the adjacent lands. As your northern neighbour, I hope we can look forward to a long and fruitful friendship. How are things in Resrov? I don't want to boast, but things have been going well in recent years. Trade proposals, the population grows and the citizens are happy, although recently, especially after the disappearance of House Rugvaria, more and more troublemakers have been appearing and people are talking about the most shocking things, but these sorts of rumours aren't worthy of your attention. So you rule Resrov, and what about Aldoria? Our brethren's politics seem complex and incomprehensible to many. Here in this part of Rostland, in the spirit of northern freedom still lives. We are loyal to the throne, of course, may the gods prolong the life of His Highness, but here, far from the names of the great houses, we have our own way in life. It is especially important now after certain events that I probably don't need to name. The Aldori Swordlands used to rule Rostland. They're still the largest landowners and the main military force in the region, but it's not for nothing that Resrov is called a free city. We're proud to choose Lord Mayor from among the citizens, considered not by lineage but by their own merits. What kind of events? Mayor Slimius gives you a patronising smile. Why, an aspiring politician needs to be well informed. I'm talking, of course, about the disappearance of the ruling house Rugvaria. Can you imagine it? Old Man Cole conquered our land 2 centuries ago. It would be a shameless lie to say that nobody wished his royal house could just disappear into thin air. But once that exact thing happened, it turned out nobody was ready for it. Poof! All over the country, even members of the royal house disappeared without a trace. Nobody knows what happened. It's a mystery, but a mystery pregnant with opportunity for everyone. Nice to meet you. Please wait a moment. Your young barony will need resources to establish yourselves, and from what I've been told, you're somewhat in need of financial assistance. I could organise and supply everything you need from construction and spread out the costs on extremely favourable terms. I could immediately procure it, let's say, 500 cartloads of building supplies. I'm sure that'll give you a good start. In exchange, I'd ask a small favour. Until you pay the debt in full, you simply assume the obligation of contracting builder services with restaurants. Do you have a deal? No. I'll probably accept it in the end. Oh no! That didn't sound like I was agreeing to it. Oh, well, I've just tied myself into something I didn't want to tie myself into. Great. Great. That's really annoying. That's like really annoying. Because that to me didn't. That to me sounded like, yeah, I probably will eventually.
So, how do you like our little gathering? I hope you've made some useful connections. Shall we move on to the official proceedings?
Yes. Before we begin, I'd like to talk to you about the envoy I'm taking with me.
My apprentice, Casil Aldori, will go with you, won't he? It's
a good question. I don't want him. He's too much of a nobody. Just doesn't ring true. Let's take Chandra with me.
The emissary of House Sertova? Well, perhaps it's for the best. As they say, keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Exactly. I'm ready for the ceremony.
Stand here. Lords and ladies, today we are here to honor 3 brave people who have done the impossible. They've tamed the stolen lands. Baron Hannes Drelev, the new master of Glenabon, Captain Mager Varn, the conqueror of Dunsword, and finally, the tamer of the Shrike Hills, who put an end to the atrocities of the Stag Lord's bandits.
Wow, I don't like to brag.
Forward. On behalf of the people of the free city of Restar, I confer upon you this noble title.
Thanks.
Rise, your grace.
Love it. Good stuff. But yeah, that's going to really annoy me. I mean, we get off to a good start, but I don't think that was the right thing to do at all. But hey ho, can't do anything about it now. Grrr.
My skills are absolute.
Yeah, let's see where this leads us then.
Victory. The
Okay.
Stag Lord's dead, and the capital of the new barony has been built in place of his fort. That was how the long and challenging taming of the stolen lands began.
Exactly. Welcome, Your Grace. Keston salutes you. You can see he's a bit anxious and he seems he's rehearsed his speech many times. Let me once again congratulate you on your victory and your new title. Lady Commander transferred me here. I'm now at your disposal. I'm not one to bestow honours, but I want you to know I am glad to serve you. Nice. I'm here to welcome you on behalf of your new capital citizens. The Stag Lord's former stronghold will soon be a thriving city. Worlds travel fast, and the first settlers have arrived, with new ones approaching as we speak. While you're visiting Restorov, much has been done here. Your benefactors, the Aldora, have invested a great deal of resources in building the city. I stand ready to answer your questions and show you around the most important sites. Okay, anybody should know about. Our old acquaintance Jihad is right here in Estral. Clerics normally don't like sitting much, but he's eager to serve you. Also, the Emperor is waiting for you in the throne room. There's also a curious matter. An elf has paid us a visit, a blind elf, Desna, who only knows how he managed to get here. He seems peaceful, even pleasant fellow, though naturally a little odd. So let him stay a while. It's up to you to decide what to do with him. That's about it. Okay. What's the mood of the people? I've never seen anything like this in my whole life. A city, a whole barony born right in front of our eyes. The people sense the moment, and today we're feeling proud. As a rule, I'm not cheerful or chatty. I'd normally feel out of place among them rejoicing, but today is just one of those days. Where are my companions? Somewhere around. That's fine then. Okay. Lead on. I want better roads straight away. We are your new subjects. We're selecting a site to build our house. Good for you. It's wet near the lake and windy up on the hill. A fine place to throw garbage at your neighbours' heads, though. Okay. Yep. Good thing you got rid of those monsters and bandits, Your Grace. Well, you know. That's why I get paid the big bucks. Okay. Main square. Already got our first vendor. Excellent. That's what I like to see. I hope I'm getting like good prices. Straight in our tavern. Okay. That's by himself, I swear. Eh? Lady owns it. It's a gem. Okay, good, good. Can breathe fire. Maybe you should stand to attention when I'm walking round. Yeah. Smarten yourselves up. Gossip. Captain Haynes must be nearby. Okay. Social platform. Won't be able to see its full extent. Yeah, me too. Okay. That's just residence. That's where we'll head to now. Okay. Nice. It'll do for the moment. The city's going to take a lot of work, isn't it? I can see that.
It's time to act.
Certainly is. Welcome to your barony. You're about to make the kingdom long and arduous road. Your advisor is going to deal with matters of national importance found and build upon settlements seasoned throughout new regions, solve problems, and take advantage of good opportunity. Fine. So now we reach the main chamber. This is the throne room where you'll hold court and receive visitors. Let me draw your attention to this large map, picturing your barony surroundings. Mark all the important scout reports and other news worthy of your grace's attention. Having finished his speech, Keston tucks his thumbs under his belt and stands quietly. It's good to see you, Grace. Chandra Mevi, the embassy of Natalia Sutov, greets you with a brief bow. Let's dispense with the formalities and get straight to business. An embassy of the Royal House Sutov, I'm here to offer you advice and make sure you don't do anything reckless. I hope my experience in diplomacy and policy will be some aid as you make your first steps as ruler of the Baron. Okay. Cool. Trade agreement. Event of the month. Agreement. Pillage the Temple of the Elk. Rebuild the Temple of the Elk. Okay. Cool. The main thing you should know is that the Baroness can solve some of the problems by giving orders to their representatives and advisors, but there are some things you simply cannot delegate. Issues of special import, such as complicated court hearings or serious threats to security, will demand your personal presence at the capital. Information about these kind of events will always appear on the map. Got it. Remember that you should visit the capital personally at the beginning of each month by tradition of breviary and most of the river kingdoms. It is then the ruler addresses the day's most important issues and receives visitors. Today you should choose candidates for the highest positions in your barony. It is not my place to offer my own thoughts in this. Your clerics I hold interest in were the first to ask for an audience. I shall leave you to their capable judgment. Be wise, and your rule should be long and fruitful. Okay. Cool. Your Grace, allow me to congratulate you on receiving the title of Baroness. I'm confident you'll be able to bring order to these troubled lands. Though, to be honest, this isn't exactly what we want to speak to you about. Tristan and I have been talking a great deal about what happened at the Temple of the Elk. It doesn't make sense to us yet, but one thing is clear. There's a powerful curse at work. It corrupted the very essence of that sacred place, steeping it with putrescence. I'm disgusted with whoever could do this. And now there is new woe. Tristan and I believe the curse does not simply dispense of its own accord. There is a place near the capital, ruined by locals, to be cursed. Tristan and I visited the dreadful place, and we felt the same potence at the Temple of the Elk. What is the place? Where is it at? Bald hilltop not far miles to the north of the capital. Its crown is entirely barren of life. The locals believe the rituals glorifying the dark gods were held back in the ancient times. There's not got any trace of such rituals, but the air around the hilltop is heavy to the point of stifling. This place is like a rotting room, closed but not healed. I will go there as soon as I am able. I would be happy to accompany you, but I would not expect to see anything new there at present. Okay, I agree with Tristan. We've been to this hilltop, it's barren, but filled with dense atmosphere of unease. What do you suggest? Curse growing strength, and we predict it will reach the peak of its strength in about 1 month. That's when we should visit the Bald Hilltop and resolve the issue. Okay. Matters at hand. Okay. So, 1 month's time.
Adventures can wait.
Okay. 10 basic stats, 8 supervised by an advisor. Population, loyalty, military, economy, divine, relations, stability, magic, culture, and espionage. Ooh. Stats increase if you've become successful, and decrease in events that don't end well or have a negative factor of the plan. Don't let your barony stats drop to 0 or lower, cause your subjects to riot and the state begin to crumble. Each stat has a certain master and ranks, and every 10 points, increased by 1, unlocks a corresponding advised version of that stat. Relevant position. Okay. Convince. Okay. Open the advice tab on the right of the screen. Okay. Don't leave the positions vacant. Oh. Well, what do we call it? Ooh. Silver. I know. We're going to call it the Silver Hawk. I don't know why. Okay. Oh, lots of projects. If I do that, okay, yeah, cool, that makes sense. Regions. Advisors. Okay. Map settlements. Right. Okay. So, what do we start with first? I guess we start with advisors, do we? So, let's see. Okay. Well, let's start with Regent and service link between the Baroness and the people. Ensure subjects' complaints are concerned. Interesting. Octavia always strives to solve problems peacefully. Maybe. Okay, what are the other options? Let's have a look. Counselor. Right. Yeah, I mean, Tristan would probably fill that really well. Ooh. Need a better treasurer than that. But I don't have any choice, do I? High Priest. Ugh. I mean, makes sense to have him, doesn't it? I mean, yeah. I think this is going to be the tricky one. But actually, maybe that's quite a good shout. Let's have Octavia, I think. I think that's a good selection. Right. Choose declare kingdom. Costs 150 BP. How much BP have I got? I've got 450. Okay. Let's have a look at the projects. Rebuild the Temple of the Alk. That costs 100. Center for special region upgrade, fronts purging, and temple. That could be useful. Pillage it? No. Not going to pillage it. That's a terrible idea. Strong High Priest of Estral from Restaurant. He has strong interest in spreading the stag god's faith among the region and build a shrine dedicated on the lands, but at his own expense and set to gain useful iron. Please. Yes. Right. Let's start that project. Agreement with Josephson, 500 assistants. Exclusive restaurants building game would be. Yeah, I know, right? Don't know how I feel about that. Trade agreement. Merchants receive a right to establish a sizable trade post in the heart of New Steventon. Each city in the round gives an extra week. Okay. Oh God. Oh, I don't have enough money anyway. I don't have enough money anyway, so that's fine. Ah. Okay. 7 days. That's fine. I think... Okay, well... I've only got one person that can do that. Let's do it. Okay. I mean, that all looks good. Next day. Hands of gold. Okay. Nope. I realised that an unknown self-taught master crafting items of extraordinary beauty and rare qualities appeared in the region. Such people rare. Something should be done to entice her to stay. Oh yeah, definitely. Tristan, would you like to go and get her to stay? Okay, that all looks good. Yes, let's exit Kingdom Management. So I've got to remember, at the end of the month I need to go to that hilltop. Need to think about resources.
How may I serve you, Your Grace?
If I was to offer you a public position, what job would you like?
I believe I can manage to uphold the law. Being a warden would suit me well.
Okay. Awesome. Make a good warden. It's good to see you. She's all...
I do what I must.
Yeah.
How may I serve you, Your Grace?
How are you enjoying Jesus, High Priest?
Well, Your Grace. I just keep forgetting what a mess it is in the stolen lands, and how troubled are the minds of its people. Sometimes I must listen to such nonsense from my visitors. Erastin, forgive them.
Well, you know, it's all part of the job. Tristan? Okay.
I'm there.
This all looks good. Storyteller. Now, man's time was an elf, but a very old one. Oh, yeah. His face is wrinkled and his beard is white as the mountain snow. This man seems to be completely blind. The old man stares past you with unseeing eyes. He seems to be consumed in his thought. He mutters a soft melody, swaying back and forth slightly to its rhythm. He shudders briefly and stops singing. His mouth opens and closes a few times, bringing to mind a fish brought a saw. Ah, who is there? Is that you, Your Grace? How could you tell it was me? It's not so hard to recognise a ruler by the way she walks. No one here steps as confidently as you do, Your Grace. Who are you? I'm an elf from Conan. My name is... It's not important. I'm the storyteller, collector of stories. I collect unknown legends of ancient times. The man smiles, but does not seem to be directed towards you. Okay. Long ago I was a smith in Conan. The fire of the furnace just burns down at my eyes, but I'm grateful for that. If I could see, I would yet forge suits of armour or Idra's guards. Instead, I have stopped on the path of an adventurer and gatherer of ancient legends. The old man pondered sight for a moment. Many people are long dead, their homes crumble to dust, and their bodies turn to ash. Only legends can still tell us of their triumphs and defeats, their joys and fears. I'd be so interested in the stories told about us after our demise. Yeah. I've always been drawn to the Stolen Land, where countless expeditions, armies, and even kingdoms have met their untimely end. When I learned of the new barrier being found in the heart of these lands, I knew I wanted to be part of the story, so I made the journey here. Would you like to trade stories with me? I am a collector, not a trader. If I share a story with you, you receive the power to pass it further, changing or embellishing it, whether willing or not. Can I be certain you'll keep your stories intact in their absolute purity? No, I do not think so, not yet at least. Oh. These legends are the most precious valuables of this world, the last remains of ancient tribes. They are being illuminating the way to the past, allowing us to meet generations long gone. I cannot let light fade. The path to the past must not be lost. Makes sense. But I can offer you a deal, Your Grace. If on your journey you discover items that come from Eris's past, bring them to me, and if my eyes can see the stories that these relics hold, I will gladly share them with you. Seems fair. And if you find all the pieces of any ancient artifacts, I can even recall my swifting skills to unite them and restore their power. Oh, okay. I need a wise advisor on my court. Would you like to serve me? Thank you for your words. I am likely to be able to interpret the intricacies of the political world or the affairs of the treasury, but my advice regarding the magic of the arts would be useful to any who rule. Nice. Okay. So, that's interesting because we've got broken pieces, haven't we? I wonder if he'd be interested in the... Probably wouldn't be interested in the coins. Maybe he would. Did say collector, didn't it? Well, let's go and grab a few bits, and then we'll see what exciting things he can do for us.
Weapons, spells, poison.
I greet you, my savior.
Oh yeah.
Who defeated those who nearly brought my ruin. I see your fate has changed since last we met. Now you are the ruler who will determine the destiny of these lands. I am their living heart, the whisper of the wind, the strength of rivers, the luxuriant growth of the meadows. Do you wish to touch this power? I will show you a place where we can finally meet in flesh, you and I.
Where?
Deep in the woods, there is an old mossy ruins long abandoned, nearly swallowed by the thicket. There is an old tree growing among the stones in the yard, which I remember as a seed. Shadow under its green crown I call my verdant chambers. Visit me there, my lady, and come alone. A nymph's reward awaits you.
Can I ask you something?
Nymphs are not made for cities.
Fair enough.
The noise and vanity of human settlements vex me. I will answer all your questions, but there, in the silence of my asylum. So long.
Yeah.
I will await you there, as the ground waits for spring under the
Well,
heavy
having a
winter snow.
nymph's blessing is not going to hurt, is it? Definitely stock up on invisibility potions. Okay.
I'm off.
So... Aha. Right. So that's the house. That's into the house. That's into the house. I mean, not the most useful of things, is it? But never mind. A woman in rich gold embroidered cloth greets you in polite bow. Her eyes, the colour of molten gold, shine brightly in her dusky face. Greetings, noble ruler of these lands. My name is Aris Inor. A message from the Temple of Abda in Absalom. I came here assuming the citizens of Yumrung Baraki could use the services of the priests. What services do you offer? I can sell you various divine spell scrolls. Yep. Quite useful, even if you don't have anyone in your party you can read them. The settlement, yep. Used to cast. Before you ever take care of that for the ones. It's used to not someone who can read it. Okay. Oh, cool. Oh, nice. Okay. Cool.
I do what I must.
It doesn't look very productive at the moment, does it? I guess is my concern. Tiefengerl looks though she's made of springs. She can't stand still for a moment. She nods her head, snaps her fingers and taps her feet to an inner whirling song. Singing, she quickly raises her hand and breaks into a wild smile and immediately starts dabbling. Your Grace, welcome. You want scrolls? I've got them all. Okay, show... Who are you? Zeris the Letter Gobbler at your service. Okay. Show me what you got. So more scrolls. Is it just scrolls? Okay. Scroll of Create Pit. Nice. Okay. So.
Follow if you
dare. Okay. Merchants have to offer. Tell me about yourself. Merchant Susan Moustache. Rich and had to start from the bottom. Blue perfume handkerchief. As soon as you had enough money, opened a trading agency. Okay. How does that look? Let's see what you have. Potions. Ah. Wand of Fireball. Nice. Cloak of Shadow. Cloak of Resistance. Necklace of Eternal Hunter. Animals and Magical Beasts. Headband of Inspired Wisdom. Belt of Incredible Dexterity. Yeah, nice. Ooh. Flaming Sword. Ah, now we're talking. As the Eagle. Ooh. +5 on competency on perception checks. Oh. Now we're talking. Pictures. Ooh. Okay. You got some good stuff that I want then. Nice. But unfortunately, my friends, that is all we've got time for today. So thanks so much for popping by. I hope you're enjoying this. We're going to start to get into the meat of this and start running a kingdom now. Don't forget you can like and subscribe. You can follow me across the social medias under the Gamer's Rest. And you can check out my Ko-fi where you see some of the work I do as a designer of tabletop role-playing games. But that is everything for today. Don't forget to look after yourselves. Have a great day, and we'll see you again soon when we next play. Take care.